Hi. This is Kpop Notes and welcome back to my channel. As you may already seen, this is the part 2, and last of the underrated Kpop albums of 2022. So, I think I don't need more explanation, everything I needed to clarify I said it during the part 1. So if you haven't watched it yet, I encourage to do it after this video. Let me know in the comments which other albums you think were underrated. Without further ado, let's get to the video. Welcome to one of the most underrated albums and artists of 2022. The landscape that Saewon's paints in this EP stands at the opposite side of his last record by welcoming summer with brand new, light, dreamy and comforting tracks. Such as he describes, this album's meant to be a place to refuge or rest when the void and the anxiety hit and you cannot find a place to escape. There's no crazy beat changes, strong synths, hectic instruments, or shouty vocals. This is a breath of fresh air from usual K-pop music where you just can feel free to lay down and listen without being startled, just letting yourself be carried away by the music. The only way I can describe this EP is by saying it is an instant serotonin boost that brings happiness by the comfort that each one of the song produces, a mix of jazz, R&B, acoustic pop and even lo-fi beats. However, Roller Coaster is the real deal. It was such a love at first listen because of the funkiness from the guitar, accompanied by the incredible saxophone during the chorus and the subtle piano melody. The song does an amazing job expressing the feeling of a roller coaster, plus the fact that creates a perfect summer ambience that sets the lead of the rest of the album. It goes without saying that he composed each and every song from the EP and almost wrote the majority of the lyrics in it. It's time to stand. What are you waiting?
천천히 생각을 해봐 그럴 때 싶은 구름 아래로 fly 어디든 fly yeah. 필요 없어 now now 내게 막 들어와도 돼 편하게 들으시면 돼 절대 변하지 않을 나의 상황 조금 달라 I know I'm 독특해 I know I'm 내게 있어 Down and give me a break Pull me down and give me a break Pull me down 하루 종일 읽어 너라는 책 결말은 정해졌어요 너와 내가 행복할 엔딩
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yes, From is 9 again. Different to the majority of summer albums, this one is not just full of fun and upbeat songs, but rather portrays and describes the ecstasy of a summer trip. At first, while the sun shines brightly and all your emotions burst, songs as Up and the title track, Stay This Way, picture the scene. Up and definitely stands as one of the best B-sides from the EP, an electropop track with a catchy melody and twinkling instrumentals that just make you want to go round and round as the lyrics describe. Later on, as the day goes by and so on the excitement, the ambience chills by the hand of Cheese, and Blind Letter, a song with such a beautiful melody, that by the hand of Fromus's beautiful vocals, create an incredible powerful song with tons of emotions expressed by the way each and every line is delivered. Finally noon has arrived, the sun has set and the sea breeze cools down the mood enough to listen, rewind. Being the last track of the album, this is a classic club song inspired by house elements. This song slaps, it may honestly be one of the best B-sides ever, for real, not for anything it was my #1 K-pop song of 2022. From the synths to the bass to the amazing vocals, everything about this song is made to be a hit. The album tells a story by offering a variety of sounds and thanks to that, the listener is able to transport to other places. This is the magic of this album, and this is the magic of Fromus's music.
make a move. 눈을 감으면 원하는 대로. 더 같은 잠을 속에 move. So let's forever stay this way.
I know what you may be thinking at this moment. Why is this album in the video if Pop was a hit? Well, let's be honest, aside from the title track and the collab tracks, no one really paid attention to the rest of the album, so because of that, I've decided to talk a little more about it. Most of the attention has been dragged into the first part of the album, the poppy side of it where Nayeon showed a bright image through Pop, a playful track with brassy instruments and an addictive melody, you know, pop pop pop, being basically the most K-pop song in the best way possible. This just leads to No Problem and Love Countdown, featuring Felix and Wonstein respectively. While No Problem still shows this fresh and light feeling from the title track, the second one starts to show hints of what's gonna be ahead in the second part of the EP. Finally, Candy Floss closes this section by offering an 80s-inspired pop track, with playful retro synths and a strong bass line, incorporating interesting choices as the use of a saxophone during the chorus. The song perfectly embodies the title of it. It makes you feel inside of a world made of candy and sugar. Things start to get interesting when arriving to the second part of the record. As All or Nothing kicks off, the change is evident. A completely R&B song is presented by the hand of Nayeon's sweet vocals that slow down the rhythm to enjoy the grooviness of the track. The lyrics also start getting deeper as she talks about a conflict with its inner self, a conflict where she feels lost and stupid due to the constant thoughts caused by anxiety. Happy Birthday to You follows the same lead, being also an R&B track that lyrically is so heartwarming, with a comforting message from Nayeon where it makes you look at the past and reminiscence of the years where everything seemed to be easier. I admit it, I'm crying while writing this. The album closes by the hand of Sunset, a jazzy R&B track that shows Nayeon's amazing vocals throughout a beautiful composed song that expresses a heartbreaking story. The lyrics are the complete opposite from what the melody sounds like. If I keep explaining this I might actually cry, so I encourage you to go and look for the lyrics. While writing this, I just realized how well produced this album was, and understanding the message behind it, just made me appreciate it more for what it is. Art.
Give me that, give me that, give me that candy floss. Cause you give me that, give me what I love the most. For love, with you and I tonight. Nothing can stop us. Tell me, do you wanna be my lover? Are you ready to be mine? Don't stop the love with my eyes, your eyes, and tell it to me quick. Leave for no one else, can't live like no one else. 정도한 실은 답이 있다면 it's all or nothing, all or nothing. Happy birthday to you, for you. Happy birthday to you. 같은 사람 너무 예뻐. I'm stupid, 거짓말처럼 사라진대도 사라진 너. You gotta pop it, I can't stop it.
Hear me out, we've already understood, they're not day 6, so stop, please. Being a rock pop punk based album, throughout the songs a feeling of discomfort against the established system, can be felt in their powerful vocals and scandalous instrumentals, mostly being driven by guitar riffs. Despite most of the songs make you wanna bang your head to the ground, the lyrics are really the treasure in here as they actually convey meaningful messages. The ambiguity between being a hero or a villain according to each person's perspective, the courage to take risks, the rawness of life as everything doesn't have to have a happy ending, and the pride of despite being different to the rest. knowing it's just part of what makes you be who you are. This album feels almost as if they were screaming in rebellion, as if their voices could not be heard, so that's why, tired of it, they have to drag attention with bold instrumentals and powerful vocals so that their messages can reach to everybody. I'm not a music expert nor rock specialist, so I don't know if they're executing their sound how it's supposed to be, and honestly I don't care. The messages they're trying to convey are significant to lots of people who now can find comfort into these songs, which are total bangers. I wasn't really into them with their debut song, but this EP made me love them so much, and they deserve all the good things from the world. Going out of her comfort zone, this album stays true to its title. Creating an analogy to something lethal thus fierce, this characteristic appears just by the very beginning of the album with its intro, Wave, an amazing start that definitely sets the mood by imposing a strong instrumentation composed of double bass, marching snares and amazing electric guitar riffs. This just prepares you to the grandiosity of Underwater, the title track and the one who embodies the title of the EP perfectly by turning Unb's boldness along the song into the perfect example of a femme fatale, a deadly woman. Despite that, this fierceness is not just present in its title track, but also in the attitude towards the rest of the EP by being bold into the experimentation of certain tracks such as Simulation, a rather minimalistic track with 80s elements that opens a canvas for Unb's powerful vocals during the chorus, and that experiments a beat change during the middle of the song. Tracks such as Croquis, Flash, and High serve as a bridge between her past album and her new record by bringing familiar elements to this new one, such as electropop, jazz and R&B. Having listened this from Unb only makes us want to wait and see what she is able to do in the future, but surely, it'll be as lethal as this EP. 받아들여 너와 함께할 여긴 Underwater. This was actually a tremendous surprise. By the time I'm writing this I'm still completely unaware about the group itself. However, this is the proof that you don't need the most expensive MV, or the most outstanding visuals, because we're here for quality music, and they delivered it flawlessly. For a Nuga group, their production was surprisingly refined, and with just 4 songs they were able to show their potential. The first 3 tracks seem to show a sense of cohesion by providing pretty laid-back flowy songs. Tell Me, the opening of the EP, has a city pop influence that, despite being overdone by other groups, their vocals, and the way they're delivering their lines, truly makes you get the whole experience of a chilling night drive in Japan during some year of the 80s. From the same branch, Lovin' Me introduces you to a soft pop song with EDM hints. Oh my god, listen, this is one of the best pre-releases they've ever been produced. Everything, absolutely everything about this song is perfection. The production, the synths, the harmonies, the sample in the bridge, the nostalgic atmosphere, but especially the vocals, they're the main highlight with a more mature sound to it that helps convey so many emotions. Honestly, the first time listening to it was a magical experience. As a title track, Higher is a little too laid back, however it still delivers a quality 2000s R&B song with a steady beat that makes you feel like you're constantly flowing with the rhythm. Log In comes a little out of place, breaking the cohesion of the EP, but showing a different side of the group, kind of beneficial if you take into consideration that as a group from a small company they have to show that they're capable of executing different sounds. A complete EDM-based track, has a catchy chorus with lyrics, click, click, log in, and a strong bass that enhances the power of the song. It hasn't been long since the release of this mini-album, however, I'm already excited of how they'll be evolving in their next release, and what type of sound they'll show us.